Okay, so why are you in our DevOps program? Tell me that. Hey guys, I hold the question. He's in our DevOps program. Let's.
Yeah, I just got enrolled in this Tech Start for You in DevOps program, and we had our last workshop last night actually, and it was so nice, so organized, so on the point. And I must say one thing, like
Tell me about the value of the DevOps. At your work.
oh, it's like a center of attraction. Yeah,
That's good.
DevOps is center of attraction. He feels like he's someone.
He's princess.
Someone.
He
Yes,
prince.
he's someone. So I really like that position. Like I really like that role because I'm seeing him like he's not in the scrum every day. He's not doing much stuff that I'm doing right now. Like I feel like he has a less job than I have, but
Mm,
he's getting more than me. So
yeah, of
so
course.
if so that's what came to my mind. Like why not? I can do that too.
Yep, and then I think the Tanya said, yes, you are right about what transformation is, and many miss that point. I completely agree. Yes, I don't know how to say it. What is the point? I need to put it. I need to hire somebody from the marketing to tell people what the transformation is. Transformation is somebody become from the man to the woman. They don't know what is the what is the complexity there. What is the pain there? Transformation is a painful process. And the way you communicate need to be changed. The way you talk, the way you write something, the way you approach somebody else, and the way you show your body language. It's all part of the transformation, but people don't get it. People think, well, it is like a bunch of training. So yeah, thank you, Tanya. That's right. So let's go, Aisha. Did you start from the first day of the project, or did you join in between? If yes, how did you cope up? That's a good question, Aisha.
It's a new project. My project started on August, at the end of the August, and I got hired on October. So you can say it's fairly new project. So like we start from the scratch actually. So we are still developing everything. So if you ask me, like I would say, like I yes, I worked from the beginning because before me there's no QA. So once I got hired, I have been doing all the QA stuff. So my journey started from the scratch.
He's Prince, that's for sure. Okay, that's good.
Cool.
Lucky man. Texas for you nailed the preparing everyone. Yeah, we are working sincerely at least. So what do you do? So we started the last year February. The vision was I personally do not believe in training. By the way, I do not. Training is for me. Training is not for Tanya because she never worked in the IT. She
I
has
wanna,
a
I
little bit
wanna
of.
add something.
Go ahead.
Shiblu, I wanna add something. As you mentioned, like training is for you, training is not for us, which
Yes.
is absolutely true. If you have that background already,
Yes.
for example, I would say I have a Q background right now. I know Q stuff right now. If
Yes.
I want to get trained for the DevOps, that's called training. That's not transformation.
Yes. That's correct.
If you have zero knowledge, if you have non-IT background, and if you know what these things are, and if you don't know like any word of this,
Mm.
then training is not for you.
That's correct. Yeah. That's because
Training is not for you.
you'll not get anything really. So yeah, you're confident got it, your brother Rizwanul. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's
Thank
good.
you.
Yep, 75% of the interview is soft skill. That's true. You have to have the technical skills as well. Interviewers are observing how you carry yourself, how would blend in with the team, and how you will represent the company brand. Yeah, that's correct. They just want to know how did you do your last project. Yeah, all this. Go ahead.
Yeah, so first thing they will ask you, tell me about yourself. We doesn't mean like tell me about your date of birth, tell me about your home country. It's not about that. It's about like tell me about last project. What do you accomplish in your last project?
Mhm.
As a QA role, what things you have done in your last project. So I mentioned my last project in my interview, and I added some like picky lines so that I can catch their attention. So they were impressed, and the way I explained to them. And before that, like this is my new apartment. I wish I can show you my last apartment where I used to live. Like every wall in my apartment is pinned up with the document.
Yep, that's correct. People need to
Pinned
know.
up with the document because like I don't want to like turn over every page and go through all the questions and go through all the tools and stuff. what I did, like I pin up all the I made a word file, and I printed them out. It was like almost 101 or 105 page, something like that. So in my one side of wall is I decorated with pin up word document full of questions and full of information.
That's correct. You see,
Every day I woke up, every day I woke up, so I split them. Like I had like 5 or 6 row. So what I do, like before breakfast, I this two, after lunch this two, before going to bed this two. So that's how I practice, like almost a month before I get into the interview. So
exactly.
when I get into the interview, like I didn't have to see anything because everything is was in my mind. I know what it is.
That's
That's
correct.
why I mentioned earlier, like I was ready to kill it. I was being ready to kill it, but unfortunately, they didn't ask me any kind of technical question. Few of them, but which is not that important.
So, Raj, you can say if somebody even wants to learn, even they have an intention to learn and focus, you can do anything. You just can do anything. It just you don't need to the through the tech safari. You actually learn the culture. You learn the from the basic. You learn if your basic is not strong, anything you can do, you'll not be able to go advance at all.
It doesn't matter actually if you are a texter for you or not. This is like in general.
Hmm.
This is completely in general, whether you're in with Texas for you or not. You have to have that positive attitude that yes, you can do it. And this is not an overnight thing. I'm mentioning this again and again. I don't know why, but this is not an overnight things, because this is something like one step every day, one step every day. Even like if you got have for example, like if you see like, hey, yeah, I got hired, I have nothing to do, I don't have to learn anything new. No, the day when you got hired, this is the beginning, this is not the ending.
That's
This is
right.
just the beginning
That's
of
right.
your career. So
Yes,
you have to keep learning, you have to keep growing.
that's correct. No, that's absolutely true.
Let me share the story. So how I get to know you. So the thing is, last year 2020, on September, I believe, if I'm not wrong,
Hmm.
September, before I got hired. So I get to know him by one of my friend, and I had a meeting with him for 1 hour, about like like what I can do. Like this is my situation right now. I want to do this and that. So he showed me some stuff in the meeting, and luckily, like in 15 days, in 2 weeks, I got hired. So I was committed with him to get in the QA program, but I didn't get chance. Actually, I got hired already. So then I call him once I got hired, like, hey bhai, I got hired and this is my position right now, and I think I need your favor right now. So if you can just pull him up.
Good. No, definitely. Yeah, that's how I know. Tanya said I try to review my notes. So this is in our uniqueness. So including all of us. Many people know how I can teach you how to use the tool, right? But if you're not able to solve the problem with the tools, and if you're not able to present to somebody else, what did you do? It just you're still behind, right? In interview, they want to know what did you do. We using this tool, what did you solve? So in our program and everything we provide, you need to write down the notes and you need to make your own Bible. So end of the 8th month, it will be your own Bible. So I don't need to teach you how to say it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, again, it's not about like learning by heart. It's
Yes.
not about learning by heart. You have to have that concept. Like you have to know the mechanism of that things. If
Hmm.
you know how these things work, you don't have to like uh, memorize it every time. If you know that things,
Yep, that's correct. And the reason we
concept is everything. Concept is everything.
Mhm. Exactly. The reason we do the writing practice so they can know that every meeting you have to go, you need to write down everything else, and then you need to memorize. You do not need to memorize, and if you write on
Yes.
yourself, it will be helpful for you in the future.
Yeah.
Memorizing is not going to help you. Okay, so question. So of course you discuss about our uniqueness. So tell me about our just job support and the commitment. How was your experience? You came with the 1 month. Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes I'm scared of you because you just drag in, you just drag in like it's hard to like not to know anything if I'm with you, because not with you actually, all that takes are for you member. So whoever like who's helping me from the day one actually, because I'm so fairly new in this industry and I'm not that experienced yet, but I'm learning every day.
Mhm.
So like I'm sharing whatever I learned in these days right now. So at the beginning, like as I mentioned, like everything is so new to me and I don't know how to use these things, how to approach, how to talk to any colleague, because this is like wide environment.
Mhm.
So and like I'm kind of like maybe two or three brown people working in my team right now, so we are like minority, you can say. So and I have never worked like with any white people in any corporate environment. So that's the first thing that Shiblu helped me, like how to set up a meeting, how to approach your colleague, how to approach your implement developer, how to ask anything from your manager. So this is the fundamental things you have to know, and that's what I get help from Shiblu. And this is very important. I'm not going to the tools and everything,
Nope.
but this is the fundamental thing you have to know. Then again, like if I'm stuck in any tasks, in my regular tasks, day-to-day tasks, so I asked help from Shiblu Bhai, and he helped me in a very proper way, in a very professional way. So you cannot say like he's just showing you this is what happened, you can do this thing. No, he sat with you at least like I don't want to say 2-3 hours, as much as it takes.
Mhm.
Sometimes Shiblu, I remember you sat with me like 4 hours from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock to
Mhm.
make things done right.
Yep.
So there's the support I got from Texar for you, and I really appreciate that. I will remember that all my life.
Yep. No, definitely, because I remember now. So I want to tell you again. This the of course I my background was IT, not the way the quality engineering or anything else. So I got the job, and the same position you had after your job. I flied from Minnesota to Texas. I moved my whole family there, two young kids. I got the apartment. I didn't know how to ask the question, what to write. I got defensive at work. I didn't know how to write a test cases. I didn't know how to read. I didn't know how to communicate with the people. I got fired 1 month. I did not. This is the reason it remember me right away when you said I need help, because you married newly. You went from Dallas,
Texas, yeah, Dallas to here,
and it
Denver.
was my like the sole responsibility. Okay, I was the same boat 10 years ago. Yes, I we did our best, I think, and we I think today you are here in the right place in your project. You are in the better shape now, I will say, because that's how the
Definitely,
project is.
definitely.
You have a confidence now. Your members respect you, and you know how to communicate with them. They also respect your communication, and your manager or your leader also appreciate what you do. So this is all because of I go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. It's still, even I can feel that. I can feel that spark
Mm,
already.
yeah, because because and this is the things we tell in our program so many times that the I can write the code in that, and the code you do not need to write in front of anybody else. That's not how it works. Okay,
Yeah.
you can write at night, but your communication, your approaching, asking the right question, reading the documentation, and then take the notes. This is can nobody can help you if you do not grow the practice. And go ahead.
True. Nobody care like how you coding, how you doing your stuff. The
Hmm.
only thing the teammates care how you presenting yourself.
Yes. That's
Like
exactly.
nobody is looking at your code like, hey, you doing this, you this is not a this not should be string, this should be integer. No, nobody's gonna say that.
No.
The only things they will care how you present yourself, how you present your project, how you present your team.
Tell me about the offshore and the onshore model. My team is offshore, so tell me about that.
Yeah, we do have offshore team, almost like 6 or 7 people working on our offshore team. They are from
Mostly
India,
developer, right?
mostly developer, and one of the like here we have three QA in our team. One is me, and another from India, and I have one mentor with me. He is also QA. So I have to like, yeah, it happens like sometimes you have something, some tasks that you have to contact with your offshore team in order to get that story or get the tasks done. So this is like a different experience, like when you, like there's a PM AM difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's a PM AM difference. So for example, if you have to contact with your offshore team at 9 o'clock at that time, that means here is 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens with me, and I had to contact with them for some task. And what I did, like, I asked my manager, hey, for this reason I have to sit with the offshore team, so that's why I'm signing off early today from this time to this time, because I'm signing back from this time. Like if I'm signing off early only because I have to sign in back because of the offshore team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we get things done.
So
So
basically, even though you are following the agile, basically the whole team is not actually in the different time zone. It is challenging, and your
it
code
is
is not your code is not done properly. You do not get the response many times. As per my you told me, how is
Mhm.
our, like in the tech support, how is our response overall? Like how is our
Oh, rocket fast.
we try to be, because all the
Like
experiences. See.
I remember, if I asked you one day, like, hey, bhai, don't you sleep? Don't you sleep? Whenever I call you, you just pick up right away. It's like, don't you sleep? Like, yes, they're very responsive. Techsurfy is very responsive. Like not only Shiblu, by like any team member, I can see I'm on the Slack, by the way. So whenever I shoot something, or I'm having any issue, or anybody having any issues,
Mhm,
like I see the, like the coordination, the collaboration between the team members, which is
mhm.
very fantastic and good to see. This is
Yes.
very good to see. This is not like something you see every day.
So people say, what I'm going to do. Well, this is your part of your resume. This is what you'll say. This is called the collaboration. This is called the communication. This is how the team works. So again, everything you do, that's part of the transformation. That's part of the culture, and this is how the people want to know in the interview.
Yeah, if you like going for any interview, or if you go through the job description, I will 100% sure, I'm 100% sure that you will find there's a note that has to be a good team player.
Yes,
What does it mean? That means like you have to know how to collaborate and how to communicate with your teammates.
that's correct.